What's up, everyone? I hope you are having a fantastic day. To get us started in today's video is a tweet from Rise XRP. According to Christine Lagarde, London's ready. She talks about on-demand liquidity. As we all know, the head of the EU Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, has been looking for financial technology that would help the EU restore its economy after the recent pandemic and ensure stability in the future. We must be getting close. Take a listen.
Crypto ecosystem. Money market funds experienced acute liquidity strains. You all remember that. This reflected a structural liquidity mismatch at the heart of their operations, with them offering on-demand liquidity to investors while at the same time investing in more illiquid assets. That is because we must contend with potentially new sources of financial stability risk. For example, one area in which the financial system is adapting to new technologies is in the so-called crypto assets and decentralized finance, DeFi. Crypto assets are exceptionally volatile and pose considerable risks to consumers. Recall, after peaking in November 21, that was just a year ago, the price of Bitcoin fell by almost 75% in 1 year. And only last month, we saw the chaotic, complete collapse of FTX, a crypto asset exchange once valued at $32 billion and a critical player in that field. While the impact of such episodes has been contained so far, systemic risk could easily arise from increasing interlinkages between the crypto ecosystem and the traditional financial system. Policymakers, including macroprudential authorities, must carefully consider if and how the crypto ecosystem needs to be regulated. Europe has been at the forefront here with the Agreement on the Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, also known as MiCA.
As always, welcome back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, welcome to the XRP Army. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, that way you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. In more interesting news today, we've got another update from Linkto. When asked why private markets are illiquid, Linkto CEO Bill Cyrus commented, "It starts with Washington, D.C. We've created laws over a century of intentionally making it difficult under the guise of protecting the citizen. But what they've done is shut out 99% of the market."
Why do you think that today's private market is illiquid?
Probably starts with Washington, D.C. I mean, we've created laws since the 1933 Act, the 1940 Investment Company Act. We've created a model over a century of intentionally making it difficult and illiquid under the guise, which is typically done at a federal level, of protecting the individual. So it's like the SEC's charge since the beginning was to work against all those people who sold swamp land in Florida in 1928 that caused the crash in 1929. And ever since then, they have been promoting and proselytizing the fact that they're doing everything that they do at the federal government level, at the regulatory level, to protect the citizen. But what they've done is shut out 95% of the market, 99% of the market from being able to invest in this asset class. At Linkto, we don't believe that that is protecting the individual and the investor. We think it may be protecting Goldman Sachs or major investment bankers on Wall Street. This is the domain of large institutional buyers. No one has managed to bring this asset down to the level of us. I mean, it's not that these type of products can be sold to anyone. You need to be an accredited investor, which means, you need to meet certain regulatory requirements. But even with that, there are roughly 100 million people in the world who would qualify to be accredited investors according to the regulatory rules. And there are fewer than 1 million that are invested in this asset class. they're shut out of it because of the cost, because of as you said, the complexity, because of the risk. All of those various elements are built in at the lowest level, laws and regulations that we started promulgating 150 years ago, and they're still active today. So it's just we haven't caught up in the country with the way that market actually works.
More exciting news today. We got this tweet from the Binance CEO, CZ. They say it's too late to get into crypto, but that's a lie. The only real obstacle to gaining financial freedom is your own willingness to take the leap and make it happen. I have not met a single person in crypto who didn't think that they got into crypto too late, but we are still early. Moving forward, we got an update from Linda P. Jones. Apparently, Jimmy Valley shared on the XRP Roundtable that we have information that many currencies are going back to the gold standard. We trade gold, and we have relationships throughout Africa. There are several countries that on January 15th will go to the gold standard.
And the consequences are going to be quite severe. I think the liquidity crisis is another thing we should talk about. Once this liquidity crisis continues to spill over into some of these other exchanges, there could be a reason to utilize the on-demand liquidity too. So maybe they're, like Jimmy said, they're waiting for the right moment.
Well, we do have the BRICS nations that are lining up. The rest of the world, 80% of the world's population is now on the other side, opposing the dollar, if you will. Mm-hmm. And they're creating their own currency, possibly gold-backed. And so there could come a time where people start using that and don't want to use the US dollar anymore, forcing the US to come up with its version of a gold-backed currency, which I've talked about. But how does that translate to XRP? And some people have talked about XRP being gold-backed. Other people say, no, it can't be gold-backed. Other people say, no, it's just, they're going to digitize gold. T, what do you think about that?
That's quite the rabbit hole, right? So I personally do not see XRP on its own being pegged to gold. And the reason why I don't see that is because of the amount of value and different types of value that the XRP token has to even absorb before it disseminates it onto the ledger. So if you were to back it by gold, well, gold's not going to be the only form of value that it's responsible for facilitating. I think we see a situation similar to what you just said. I think almost every nation, if not all, that have gold reserves back their fiat by gold. And then I think with on-demand liquidity being that solution, from a practical standpoint, every time you want to transfer the value of gold or something backed by it, you wouldn't put gold on a plane and fly it across the world. You would essentially tokenize it and then, move it in a digitized form throughout a distributed ledger. So that's kind of the scenario I see happening here. I think, when you start talking about debt, derivatives, data, oil, palladium, stocks, ETFs, bonds, you name it, flowing through this token, and then being disseminated out, that's a lot of different types of value, and I didn't even name them all, not even close to what would be flowing through it. So I think the value of XRP as a token would likely be reflected off of what it's responsible for handling in general. And I think that what we will see backed by gold are fiat currencies across the board.
Guys, Ripple and XRP BEP20 are available for staking. Yep, you heard that right. And that's not all. 24 words of recovery, more than 200 tokens, and cryptocurrencies in 9 networks. Where, you ask? RSTAKING is the perfect platform for anyone who doesn't like the SEC or doesn't want the government up in their business. This platform offers complete privacy to its users. And here's the kicker. There's no withdrawal limit. Fixed 25% APR per year on all tokens and crypto coins. The platform also offers a free $5 to every new user. The bonus is credited with RHIN tokens. In addition, RHIN token withdrawal will be possible in 2023. Right now, Rhine token is available for staking only. All rewards are only credited in BUSD or Tether USDT. Rewards will accrue every 3 hours. And the best of all, staking can be closed by yourself at any time. Check this out, guys. Next, we've got some interesting updates that comes to us from Mr. Intuitive. And as we can see from the video he shared, it seems like the CEO of Ripple was in Antarctica with Joel Katz and Christine Lagarde a couple of months ago, making us wonder if this was the passing of the hat. Could it have been a ceremony to celebrate the handing over? Lagarde has in the past described her interests in a payments technology that would offer a fast digital transfer of cash, would be very environmentally friendly, and would be based on a union of banks and capital markets and supported by state-of-the-art payment systems. Listen in.
This segues in beautifully to the ISO coins, particularly XRP. I don't know if you have much to say about it or not, but the CEO of Ripple, associated with XRP, was in Antarctica with Klaus Schwab and Christine Lagarde several months back, which was kind of a red flag for anyone that's invested in it. But at the same time, was this the passing of the hat? Was this some sort of ceremony? And the larger picture is, what the hell's going on in Antarctica?
Yeah. You know, the details of that meeting and others that have gone down there have actually been kept from me. I'm unaware exactly of what was discussed, but it almost certainly related to the new financial system and XRP's role in that. Whether or not that was coming from a white hat perspective or a black hat perspective, I can't really attest to. It's my understanding that XRP will be used as essentially a conduit for instantaneous money transfer, simply because it's very well secured, it's end-to-end encrypted, and the infrastructure is predominantly there already for it. Regarding Antarctica, Antarctica is a very fun place. There's a reason that it's called the Antarctic Ring. There's a reason that you've heard the term ice wall. There's a reason that 56 countries banned travel, even private self-funded travel, to the Antarctic shelf. And I believe it was in
And now as we wind down on today's video, we've got a tweet from Cowboy Crypto. He shared a video from Ripple Swell in 2017 when Brad Garlinghouse talked about, I'm not focused on the price of XRP over 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months. I'm focused on the price of XRP over 3 years and 5 years. He further shares that his interest is in all boats rising.
I don't view a lot of these companies as competitors because it's so early that look, we're trying to solve a payments problem, and there's people working on securities and identity and lending, and I love it. I want all boats to rise, and I think that's a good thing. But for us, we're going to invest in the XRP ecosystem. We're invest in the broader ecosystem. We certainly want to see XRP become even more liquid, and I think as we drive adoption, that will happen. You know, this isn't one of the questions, but I want to proactively comment on something. One of the things I say inside the company is I'm not focused on the price of XRP over 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months. Mm-hmm. I'm focused on the price of XRP over 3 years and 5 years. Mm-hmm. I have no qualms saying definitively, if we continue to drive the success we're driving, we're going to drive a massive amount of demand for XRP because we're solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem. Mm-hmm. These payment flows are obviously very, very large. And to the extent we continue to drive success of signing up more banks, introducing them to how we can solve not just a connectivity question with XCurrent, but a liquidity problem, a multi-trillion-dollar problem around liquidity called XRapid, I'm very confident about that longer arc of time.
As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can let us know always what you think in the comment section below. Let's start a conversation. Thank you so much for watching. Couldn't be here without you. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below. And be sure to turn on notifications. That way you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we will see you on the next Money Side.